guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. Hi. This thing always lifts up my wig. Not pleased with it. Need to find another one that will sit better. So I never sit the way I want it. I wish there was one I didn't need to put on top of my head. So this was completely unplanned. You guys know sometimes these shows are just as the spirit directs, right? So if you are not available at the moment to catch this, like I did say, I was going to be back on Tuesday. Today is Monday, the 25th. So if you are not here and completely understand, I apologize. You can always watch this on playback. Good evening, good afternoon, welcome. Obodo fam, how is everyone doing? Happy Monday. Is it Monday now? It's almost Tuesday over here. Happy Monday. It's 8 p.m. I'm not even sure if I said the show for 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be a very quick one. And it's just some things I need to get off my chest after the show we had yesterday. Yesterday's show was quite intense. I was not prepared for it. I didn't know we're going to stay that long. I certainly didn't know that the person that we're talking about was able to join us, but he did, and that was it was something. I took a lot, from that show that I reflected on, and I decided that you know what, we need to just talk about some of the issues that were raised. So everybody says that people always say that for every story there is your side, there is their side, and there is the truth. In between both sides, there is the truth. Ajowe hello to the fam. Welcome. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. Good evening. So she posted her side of the story, allegedly. Is this young lady that is called Helen posted her side of the story on social media. I'll send it to the blogs. But according to the husband, it wasn't actually the one she wasn't the one that did it. Maybe it's a friend that did it on her behalf. The story is kind of is all over the place, but still there is loads and tons of learning from that. A lot of learning. So what can we learn, or what can we take away from the story of Helen and Isaac? Her name is Helen and his name is Isaac, and he called the show yesterday to share his own side of the story, told us a little bit about the background of what has happened in their marriage and all that. If you haven't seen this show from yesterday, you probably will not have the full picture of what I'm talking about tonight. So I just quickly want to do a run through lessons. There are massive lessons that we can learn from that show yesterday. So, because it's always better, especially when it's something negative, it's good for you to learn from other people's negative experience so that you don't make the same mistakes or you don't fall into the same, what would I call it, temptation or pitfalls. I don't know. It's always better to learn from others. Guys, please give us a thumbs up. So there are loads and loads of lessons, and I'm just quickly going to go through the ones that came up because we were having loads of conversation yesterday after the show in the groups. And just like Brad Patrick said when we started the show yesterday, remember when we started, Brad Patrick was the first caller, and I had a long conversation with Brad Patrick. He was educating us basically about, things people need to learn about this abroad. A lot of people are not aware when they are coming from Africa, there's a lot of adjustment that needs to be made. Abroad is not Africa. The abroad. You want to call the abroad, you call it with respect. You have to put some respect in that name, because a lot of people just get carried away with, the new life they think they are going to live, the money they are going to make in the foreign currency, Mama Charlie, big currency, dollars, pounds, euros, name it. But it's not all that glitters that is gold. There's a lot of adjustments that people need to make when they come here that they are not aware of culturally, socially, financially, so many things. For instance, a quick one. In Nigeria, most people pay their rent once in a year. If you don't have your own home, most landlords don't take monthly. Okay, especially in the big metropolis and big cities like Lagos, Abuja, it's 1 year. You pay once and that's it. But when you come to this part of the world, it's not like that. It's not like that. You have to pay your rent monthly because even the monthly rent gone is a struggle for a lot of people, even if it's one room you are staying. Okay? So there are so many things that changes. When you're moving from Nigeria or anywhere in Africa to come to the abroad, you are starting a new life. It's almost like you are coming to a totally new and different environment. Most people are not traveling with family members or friends. So you're going to be isolated. There's a lot of loneliness in the abroad. Tomorrow we are going to be, talking discussing another issue. But today I wanted to talk about loneliness that happens in marriage. Yes. Somebody put a comment on that show yesterday. I think I want to read it out. Incidentally, he's a brother. He, I don't know if I've seen him in our live stream. Really, I don't know if I've seen that brother in the live stream. If I've seen him maybe once, if I can remember, but he's usually in he watches the playback and he will leave his comment. So the comment that this brother left yesterday, I highlighted it. His name is Jonathan, and I wanted to share with you guys because we are talking about the kind of isolation that some people are not used to, that they experience. A lot of us we come from very open societies where you have extended family. For people to say they are lonely in Nigeria, even when you are single, sometimes it makes me laugh. Maybe at night, that's when you say, okay, I'm a single person, I'm lonely, because you are going to bed alone. But there's no way during the day that you are going to be isolated or lonely in a place like Nigeria. It's not possible. There's just so many people, too many people around. Mm? Aha. God's child said even the rent abroad for 1 month is enough to pay the rent for a whole year in Nigeria. Well, depends on where you are. Yeah, because the rent for major cities like New York, like London, is in thousands. Thousands. Yeah. So I think we keep saying it that Jackpot is a real thing now, and there's a lot of learning. People need to learn the environment they are coming to. Most times it's just the excitement of I am coming abroad. Abroad is not heaven. Abroad has its ups and it has its downs. A lot of ups, but there are some downs as well. All right. So this couple, they are young. They are a young couple. They've just come from Nigeria 1 year and had their first baby. There was a very interesting question that I did ask Isaac yesterday. I said, was the baby planned? And he said yes. But from everything that I saw with my interaction with him, there was no indication that that baby was planned. I don't think Helen was ready for that baby. I don't think even him as a husband was ready for that baby. In Nigeria, when people get married, it's just a normal thing to have babies. It's normal. Hmm? It's just normal. Somebody said the average rent is $2,500. Where is that? Where do you stay, Ella? Are you in Canada or where? We don't know what loneliness is in Nigeria except at night. Hmm? Adewale said you can be lonely in Nigeria if things are not going well for you. That 1 month here is very difficult for a lot of Nigerians to pay for their 1 year rent. Everything is perspective. Yeah. Even if you are things are not going well for you in Nigeria, There are other people, a lot of people that things are not going well for. So you won't still be lonely. I don't believe that people are lonely in Nigeria. Maybe at night, like I said, for single people, they can say, "Oh, nobody to sleep with or nobody to cuddle at night." Yeah, I understand. Ella, you're in Los Angeles. Oh, you're in a rich man state. Abajo. Hmm. Somebody said in Canada as well, 2,500. Wow. Yeah. Bisola said average rent in American cities is 2,000. Okay. It's even higher for the big cities. Yeah, if you live in the big cities, in some areas in LA, New York City, it's like London. It's London. London is so very expensive to live. So even if you go to the rural areas like this couple were staying in Scotland, the rent is much, much cheaper, but it's still a lot for people who are just coming that are not stable. And we know what it takes to stabilize in the abroad. So the issue of having a baby is something that, I was saying something about how in Nigeria, when you get married, I think I saw a video recently where Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo was advising couples that they should plan they should plan having babies. They shouldn't just have babies. Okay, they shouldn't. Once they get married, that they should take time to know one another and enjoy themselves for like 2 to 3 to 4 years before they start having babies. Come and see how people came for them. Hey, now wow, babies are a blessing again. You will tell somebody until you will not start looking for the baby, you will not see the baby. People came for them because context is everything. They don't understand where PK was coming from. In this day and age, with the pressure that people face in life in this modern society, if you don't plan and you just keep having, you just got married today, when you are still living in a room or whatever, and you start having babies, you know what is going to happen now. And in the abroad, especially, you need that emotional balance. You need to be stable. You need to have that support. You need to have that support, especially if you are new. So, planning babies is something that Nigerians are not ready for that conversation yet. We are not there yet. Hmm. We are not even there yet. Ngozi said, my grandma begged to go back when she knew it was closer to her time. She was so miserable in America, no one to talk to. Everyone at work. She wanted to be in the village with her age mates. Yeah. Do you know some people choose to go to a care home because of that? This place is terrible for elderly people. Yeah. I remember one of my family member brought their elderly mother to Canada once upon a time. That woman almost died overnight. She stayed in Canada for about 8 months. They were basically just locking her in the house because they were going to work. Nobody has time for old people. They were going to work. She didn't know anybody. She didn't speak English. My dear, by the time like your grandmother, by the time her time was not even here, by the time she got back, Ngozi, she couldn't walk anymore. She was doing like this. She was doing like Babiala. You know what they call Babiala? She had all her body had broken down. This is the woman that used to wake up and she would walk around the whole village. She would go and greet her family members. She would go and see her grandchildren. She would exercise. Walking is exercise in the village. By the time they brought her home, Jesus, it took her over 6 months before she could recover her strength. So abroad is definitely not good for people of a certain age. Especially if you lived in Nigeria all your life. If you were here and you now got older, it's a different thing. You're already used to the system. But coming to abroad in your 70s or 80s, So the issue of family planning children is something that Nigerians are not ready for. We are not even near there at all. We are not there. We are not there. You in this part of the world, people can be married 10 years, they will not have children. Even if they want children, they will think about a lot of things. Can they afford? Affordability is a big deal with having children. I know it sounds strange because Nigeria, in Africa, will just have children anyhow. But over here, Oyibo people actually plan if they can afford children because children are not cheap. Gone are the days when you say, oh, hello, let me just have children. The Lord will watch over them. The Lord does not come down to buy Pampers and the SMA. If you like, do what they call it, breastfeeding, and just do what do they call it? That one that the baby doesn't take any formula. There's still a lot. When you want to get back to work after your maternity ends, that is the biggest challenge. Nursery fees or childminder, paying for childcare. That's why it is very, very important for young people to plan before having kids. You need to agree. When you are in Rome, behave like Romans. I'm talking generally now to everybody. If you are blessed and you are still single and not married yet, please plan childbearing. Plan it. Plan your kids. You can. Some people will wait and say, oh, we are financially stable now. We saved enough money to buy a house. Obviously, it's mostly Oyibo or the children that we have here. A lot of them are buying their houses now. When they get married, they put resources together. Before you know it, one year, 2 years later, they bought their home. Some people don't want to have children in an apartment or flat. They want a house where they will be garden. But again, circumstances differs. We that are coming here, if you are coming for the first time, and you take anything you see. Survivor Lobade is survivor. So what am I saying? I'm saying that there are a lot of take home from that show yesterday that I want to touch on. All right. I really, really want to touch on them. But before I get to that, let me read what our brother Jonathan said here in that she posted this on the show yesterday. He said, the worst prison is a home without peace. The worst prison is a home without peace. I want to add a home without peace and love. Let me add love to that. And this is not because you don't love one another. It's because the love is not expressed. The person doesn't feel loved. Okay? It's okay for you to say, I love you. But the person you are saying I love you to, do they feel loved? Are they experiencing that love? Because we know that, the way our men, a lot of our men don't know how to express their love. But I love you now. I don't need to say it. No, women want to hear it. There are different ways that you can communicate your love. Love that is not expressed is not love. You need to express it. You have to express it. How do you express your love? Different ways to show love. Romance is one of them. Okay? Communication, friendship, building friendship and communication is another one. Yeah, attention is another one. Paying attention. Women love attention. And that's one of the things that was lacking in that couple's relationship yesterday. Undeniable. We cannot even deny it because even Isaac, agreed to the fact that he was working quite a lot. Attention is like the air, is like oxygen to women. It's like the air that we breathe. When you love someone and you don't get their attention, it's almost like you are not getting that oxygen. And without oxygen, you cannot survive. So, what our brother wrote there, Jonathan wrote, is the worst prison in a home is a home without peace. And I'm adding a home without peace and love. And he said, some partners aren't there for one another. They only exist for formality. I need to move this table closer. They exist for formality or obtaining a legal status as a spouse. That is a very, very loaded. It's a very, 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 very. I can't even express the very, very. The very, very. It's a lot that he said. And it makes a lot of sense. A lot of people are married, but they don't feel like they are married. They are lonely. So I wanted to talk about loneliness in marriage today. You hear on social media women talking about married but single. Loneliness in marriage. Single married women. How many of you have heard those comments? Single married women. Yeah? When you have no interaction, you don't do anything together. A lot of African marriages are in this WhatsApp group. Yeah. It's like cohabitation. You are just living because legally you are married, you have kids together, you have bills together, but you are not sharing your life together. It does create a lot of loneliness and isolation. And women feel lonely more than men because women are relational beings. That's just the way God has created us. That's why women always look for relationship more than men. Thank you, Ngozi. I really appreciate that. As I reflecting on the show later on, I was like, okay, even though it was so unexpected, how did we do and all that? Some people felt like I was too hard on Isaac. And some people said, I asked questions, I allowed him to talk. But we're not here to even talk about the couple per se today. We're here to talk about the learning from their experience. Because whether we like it or not, their experience is not a positive one. But I know that God will change their situation. It will turn Helen's story around by the grace of God. Right? So, yeah, having children, according to Glory Star, in the abroad is not cheap. I don't work for 1 year. I didn't work for 1 year after my first child, and 2 years after my second baby, I have to get a living nanny before returning to work. Yeah. So that period that you are not working, these are the things that people need to take into consideration. Your husband has to foot, or your partner has to foot most of the bill. Yeah. Yeah, Adewale, he is. Your partner has to foot most of the bill. Even if you receive maternity pay, it's not full pay. All right. So these are the things that very, very relevant. So moving on very quickly because I don't want to be long. I just want to draw out the lessons for learning, and I'm just going to speak for about half an hour. And then if anybody has anything to say, please quickly jump in. Not doing more than 1 hour, 30 minutes today because yesterday was tiring. Was much longer than I thought. I was about to end when Isaac came in, so we ended up doing almost 3 hours. So I'm tired. The first thing we talked about is planning your kids. We talked about love, expressing love, loneliness in marriage. The loneliness in marriage in the abroad is a big deal. I'll come back to it later. But let me talk about black tax. We talk about black tax here all the time. The issue of black tax is something that we have to keep revisiting over and over and over again. Black people, we have a lot of responsibilities. We carry family responsibility on our head, on our shoulder, on our knee, every part of our body. Especially if you are in the abroad, the expectation not be here. Some people have parents, some people have siblings, older and younger, some people have extended family that they need to take care of, and you still need to take care of yourself. So it's added pressure. I understand it. Some have it more than others, okay? Some people don't have it that bad. Some people have it really, really bad. Like they're properly the only one in the family of so many people that everybody is relying on them. Mhm. Everybody is relying on them to come and solve problem. If there's school fees to be paid, it's you they will call. If there's house rent that is due, it's you they will call. If there's no food, it's you that will call. If there's a relative that needs treatment for whatever reason, there's a medical issue, it's you they will call. So it's added pressure. We know that. We are born with this black tax. And it contributes to why a lot of black people find they struggle to rise. They struggle. Africans struggle to rise because of this black tax. Because whatever you are making is not for you alone. It's for your father, it's for your mother, it's for your siblings, it's for their own children. It's a lot. Yeah. Is any of you experiencing black tax? Oh my God. Yvette, thank you. Yvette said yesterday's show was dynamic and the way you handled the conversation with your husband, you did well. Thank you. Thank you. I did my best, to be honest. It may not be perfect, but I did my best. Sarah said, say it again, Auntie B, is overwhelming pressure on us. Yeah. The black tax and family pressure from back home, I would like some people to share some little experiences of what they have to go through. Because if you are only making money for yourself or your immediate family, if you are married or you've got kids, the pressure will not be that much. A lot of people monthly they have to split their paycheck after paying all these plenty bills that we face here, oh, then sending it back home. Yvette, thank you. I'm so grateful. And to be, she said, Lady B, your expertise and knowledge in the handling of conversation yesterday, impromptu, was epic. It was totally impromptu. I was not prepared. Honestly, I wasn't. But, you know, ah, yeah, we thank God. Thank you so much, Yvette. It was not easy. While that day saying don't break your own black tax. How did you do that? Please share with us. Oh, I would like to hear how you did that. You must come and share with us. Oh my God, black tax is no joke. Yeah. hmm Glory Star said African women need to get mature and established before going into marriage. Marriage is more than what we thought we knew. Okay. They need to be established. Easy, the establishment, not people they talk. So is it easy with all this family wahala? It's not easy. And again, for women, remember we have a biological clock. That's where the pressure comes from. You are thinking of having babies, and you are looking at the time. I'm 35. You know, I don't know. It's not easy. Oh. Eh? Mohala said the easy question will be who is not experiencing black tax? That's a really, really that's another way of looking at it. Honestly. Wahala they said I almost ran mad. So I had to put a stop to my black tax. Yeah, I can understand. It's not easy, oh. It's not easy. You see, somebody told me something today. I called a friend of mine this morning. She's an accountant and she's very good at budgeting. And I often share with you guys how I struggle with budgeting. Okay? Because it's one thing for you to make money or to work and earn. It's another thing for you to be able to budget it in a way that you know. If somebody told me a story some days ago, it would left me so perplexed. And it's all relating to this black tax. That's all wrong, pile. The guy said to me, I've been in this country going 20 years. And the first 15 to 17 years I was in this country, I'm still earning what I was earning back then. But I didn't achieve anything. I didn't do anything until a family member now started advising him how to, maximize the little that he had. He was able to now do something within a few years. He said it's like they established an account in his name. He carried the whole family wahala for head. As he's sending for brother, he's sending for sister, he's sending for her brother's wife, he's sending for sister's husband, he's sending for this, he's sending school fees, he's sending this, he's sending this. And this was someone that is living a very minimalistic life here, just to be able to earn enough money to say, hey, black tax, male laugh. I mean, what can we say about it? It's too much. Hmm. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. I totally understand where Wahala Day is coming from. If Wahala Day is saying that the thing was too much for me, was going to buy me and I had to, yeah, definitely self-preservation. That's self-preservation. And if you've been doing it for a long time, you are taking care of yourself. You need to take care of number one. You are number one. Take care of number one before number 10, 20. Hmm? Ngozi say, I see people renting for 20 years because they prioritize family back home, but their immediate family isn't prioritized. Oh, yes. That's another aspect of black tax. We see that quite a lot where people will share how their spouses will be sending money to Africa and they neglect their immediate family here. That one I cannot understand. So, my friend this morning was making me understand how some people back home in Nigeria exaggerate what they need, especially if you are a kind person. They really exaggerate it because of the excessive lifestyle that some of them live. I'm not even talking about now that we know that things are so difficult back home now. Things have always been difficult. Like Kamakboro, they've always said, things are hard though. Right from when bag of rice was 20,000, 25,000, they say things are hard. Hmm? So, it's excessive things that they want to do. Excessive things that they want to do. I sent money to a family member last week. You know, the first thing they said to me is that is that is that thank God that you sent this money. I was just looking for my church money dues to pay. Ah, oh my God. Oh my God. That I was just looking for church dues to pay. Move on, please. I'm busy. Imagine. That's the first thing she said. Thank God, oh. I was just thinking of where to get my church dues to pay. Not be church belle food, they pay church dues. We never pay. So what my friend was telling today that is some of them is for the SSCs that they want. That the excessive lifestyle, that's what they need this money for. I believe it. Ella said, I learned to say no. My sister was cheating me, was telling me her boyfriend was doing DV to her if I didn't send money. Whoa, that's serious. Yes, you are number one. So take care of number one. Ashanti girl say you have to put you first. Family will survive after you buy. Absolutely. Ben Bawoni, let's break this table today, because that's one of the. I'm glad that you were in that chat yesterday when we're talking about the issues that this couple had. I mean, from the one that they arrived, the black tax started. Maybe they were already carrying the black tax in Nigeria, because let's not assume that it's not only people in the abroad that carry this black tax. So it's higher when you are abroad, because now they look at you that you are earning foreign currency. So why can't you give money, right? But at home too, there are some people that they have black tax that they are carrying. Norma said, I stopped calling my family for over 5 years living in abroad. Sanity is very essential. Yeah. Take care of number one. That is my message to you guys tonight. Please take care of number one. If you are wondering who is number one, you are number one. You are number one. You and your wife and your children, you and your husband and your children, or if it's just you and your kids or you alone. Take care of number one. Everybody else will be okay. They will be okay. I'm telling you. I'm not saying don't help. Oh, it's okay to help, but you got to look after yourself. Don't do it at the expense. Some people go as far as trying to impress. That's the worst one. Yes. Yeah, they want to impress. Mahala said, my personal coach, my life coach taught me to budget a certain amount for helping. I like that. I really, really like that. Ngozi said, my mother went to Nigeria last month and refused to buy things because they were too expensive. Yet her relatives who are poor, working class, bought it effortlessly. Some are living better than we think. Absolutely. If you follow Nigerians who have money in Nigeria when they come here to visit, if you follow them to do shopping, you almost have a heart attack. I'm telling you, the way they spend money, they will go and shop in Selfridges, in Harrods, in all those high-end shops. That's where they go to shop. You cannot, you enter that shop once in a year or once in 2 years to spoil yourself. You go and buy one small teeny weeny bag because you would have convinced yourself for over 6 months, pay and end it. I deserve it. Some people you will not have the mind to go and do it. But you see, Nigeria, have you seen the way? One time I went to Nigeria, when I saw the way my friends were dressing to go to work, I was like, wow. I saw their wardrobe. These ladies would dress. They had beautiful skirt suit, trouser suit. If it's traditional outfit they are wearing on Fridays, they said the federal government said they should wear traditional outfit on Friday. You need to see different style. I'm like, wow, you guys. Hey, me, I'm going to work. Jeans and t-shirt, I'm gone. Where I see chance for all this plenty dressing one that they do. They will dress so gorgeously, you think they are going to party. So take care of number one. Ben said, it's the entitlement for me. Some will label you for not giving out your hard-earned money. Oh, yeah. That one is a real thing. They do. So the black tax is number one thing. What we saw from that couple yesterday is that black tax played a very, very big role in why they started having issues. The husband was working too many hours because he needed to take care of family, both here and in Nigeria. Yeah, there was a lot of pressure to work around the clock. And See, anything you do and something has got to give. If you are working around the clock as a single person, you have no responsibility emotionally to another person, right? So, for instance, if you are a nurse, yeah, let me just use that as an example. If you are a nurse, for instance, you, Braben, that is a nurse in the US, and your normal regular shift is 3 days. As a single person, you can decide that I'm going to do another job. So you're working 6 days a week and you take 1 day to rest. If you are not a family man, that's fine. As long as your body can take it, you can take the pressure. But as a family person, that I know you are, a husband, and father of 3 children, if you are doing 2 jobs, 6 days a week, tell me how your family is not going to feel neglected. Where is the time to show your wife love? Where is the time for you to have interaction with your children? Where is the time for you to take your children anywhere? PTA, playground, go to the movies, go to sports, go to school activities. Kosaye. So something will give. Something has got to give. So if you're working around the clock because of black tax or trying to inflate people or whatever you are trying to do, it's going to have a ripple effect on the quality of your relationship and your marriage. The other spouse is going to feel neglected. You're not going to have time to support the other spouse, even with chores, household chores. The gentleman yesterday mentioned it, that the wife said something about him not being around. That's a real thing, especially for a mother, a young mother. It's a real thing. Even if other people are there, you need your partner. Doing, domestic chores, too many hours is going to impact on that. People work like that. No offense. I always say it here on this channel that all the time that I go to the US, it's only one person's house I've been to that I saw in my standard, and I'm not OCD. Although my children do say I have OCD sometimes. I don't have OCD. I'm just clean. Okay? It's only one person that I've been to their house in the US, in New York City, that her house was clean. Every other person I've visited in America, their house is always dirty. Dirty. I'm not saying it to shade anybody. Do you know why? Because they don't have time to clean. And the regular Nigerian people will not want to go and pay any cleaner to clean their house. Even their car. I entered one of somebody's car one day in America. I was doing my nyash work and I said, I beg, when I don't get car wash, I have to ask my friend. I said, I beg, when I know they wash car. He said, Bridget, you don't start to enter. Where time? No time. Do you know why? Because they are working. D, am I capping? I don't see some houses where they're dirty for that side, yo. Because everybody they work. Do you understand? This year I'm not capping. Now what you saying? I mean they talk. Oh, yeah. Joy Giver said, nice topic. This topic should be talked about more in our today's society. Loneliness in marriage is another main cause of divorce and infidelity. Thank you, host, for this topic. Thank you. Thank you very much. People are experiencing serious loneliness. Married but lonely. Why? Because the other spouse is too busy working, committing their time to other things. There is no time together. It creates a vacuum. And just like that person I just read, what's her name again, said, it creates loneliness. It leads to a lot of things, separation. And the more lonely and isolated you feel in a marriage, the more you drift apart. Because people need to form, this emotional relationship. So this brings me to the topic of, since we are talking about loneliness now, it brings me to emotional availability. Yes. Some people think that because we're married, how can you be complaining? Lack of emotional availability. What is emotional availability, my people? Because in our culture, people believe that once I'm married, we are living in the same house. We go to church on Sunday. We are married now. Kini problem, eh? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Don't I come home to sleep? Even if I do night shift, not be work I dey go. You know you can be at home, but you are not at home. Hmm? You are not at home. Ben, you are feeling one kind. You say I carry US people matter for her. You say Auntie B, I don't give up. For you all matter. For you all matter. No, I call it as it is. The other day, UK people felt I was putting them under the table. They were not happy with me. They said I was talking about UK houses, that they are too small. We don't have garage. So it's not turn. It's your turn today, US people, to collect. Oh my God. My people, emotional unavailable partners is a big deal. Big deal. So you're at home, you're not talking, you're not gisting, you're not catching up, nothing. It's like cohabitation again. You know what that does, especially for a woman, is either you replace that place that your spouse is supposed to fill in your life with your child if you have grown up children. And that's why a lot of women, they love their children more than they even care about their husbands. That's true. They do, because women need that emotional connection. And if you cannot find it from your spouse, you find it somewhere. So the easiest people to find it from, even though it's not the same, but it's still something, is your children. You see why we're having this issue of mother-in-law all the time? Not be today, this matter don't deal. A lot of our fathers, they were not emotionally available, especially the ones, if it's polygamy, forget it. It's not Kerewa that is emotional availability. Oh. You can carry one and still you are not. Emotional availability means that it's like almost, it's a spiritual thing that you sense everything that is going on with your spouse. It's like you can feel them. You know how you Americans say, you feel me, you feel me. Yeah, you feel the person. You know when they are sad without them saying it. You know when they're upset without them saying it. If they had a bad day, you know. It's not, how was your day? Fine. And that's it. How was your day? Fine. That one a conversation. Fine. In what way? What happened today? Did someone upset you today? Did you experience anything that, is really, knowing the person, knowing one another, connecting emotionally. Let me tell you something, brothers. If you see women saying no to kerewa, if you are married and your wife is always saying no, it's because you are not connected emotionally. Yeah. When there is a disconnect spiritually and emotionally between you and your spouse, she will say no. Do you know why? Because she doesn't feel satisfied. There is no romance. There is no, attention. You don't do things together. You don't go nowhere together. How would a woman not feel disconnected? You can be going out with your boys. Men have friends, right? They go out with some women like me. I have friends. We go out as well, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And that's why women practically seek, we need that emotional attachment. We need that, we need spouses that are emotionally available. Not that you'll be at home. Maybe you've done an 8-hour shift, and I understand that work is stressful abroad. Okay. Then you come home, you come and face TV, or you hold phone and you are scrolling phone throughout. You don't even know how the day went. You don't even care what the children, maybe she's been stressed during the day, or you're on the phone. Women do this quite a lot. We'll be on the phone talking. The other day, when was it? On Saturday morning. I think I was on the phone for like 3 hours. Talking. At the point, I think Daddy got upset. He said I was disturbing him. I was talking to a relative that I was not spoken to for a long time. So we're trying to catch up. And you know me, I could like Bebonu. So she was giving me all the Bebonu that I missed. All the gist. And I was cooking. So the gist was interesting me. I was just put the thing in my ear and I was listening and I was carrying on. So what am I saying? Please, if you don't know what it means to be emotionally available, go and Google it. Learn it. Sometimes little things like that na they break relationship. Oh. Yeah, na they break relationship. You go think say, you know, na small thing. Na that small thing. Yes, small thing. Na small thing. Na small thing. Na they always cause am. Being emotionally available means that, is your ability to hold emotional connection with your spouse. Emotional connection, not just physical, emotional. Hmm? Okay, I don't know if we have time for me to give you some steps on how to be emotionally connected. A lot of women, you see how we always say that women are the ones that are filing for divorces. This is one of the reasons why women are always filing for divorces, when they don't feel emotionally connected to their spouses, or they feel like they've been neglected emotionally. Yeah, yeah, is one of the reasons. Nanny say you are right, Auntie B. Some men are brought up to be emotionally unavailable. Yeah, some due to their fathers, how their fathers treated their mom. Some women make it worse by getting the emotional needs from their sons. Yes, that's why we have the issue of mother-in-law, because most of those women, they don't know it, but they've replaced their sons. They replace their husband with their sons. That's why when the boy now gets married, the wife is in trouble. The wife is in trouble. It's like you come to take the only emotional safety they have, you're taking it away. Yeah, it's a big deal. When you are not emotionally available, it affects quite a lot of things in a relationship. Please, let's be mindful of it, both men and women. This is not even about men alone now, but we know that women tend to be more emotionally expressive than African men. Our African men are not so emotionally, they see emotions as weakness. Mm? It's not a weakness. Yeah. So we learned that I don't think we have time to go into it, but there are so many issues why people are not emotionally available. Like that subscriber has said, when people have attachment issues, you can't build, maybe due to childhood experiences, you can't build attachment. It's difficult for you to form attachment. Past unpleasant experiences, painful breakup can affect your emotional availability. Life circumstances, if you are dealing with mental health issue, depression, anxiety, you disconnect emotionally. So, yeah, it's about sharing, being connected. You need to be connected. Talk about things, express yourself, talk to one another. Talking is number one, how we connect emotionally. Talking. Little things like talking, holding hands, in being affectionate to one another. I love you. I love you. I need you. Hmm? These are very, very important things. We take them for granted because now money we define. Support one another and encourage one another. Be open to one another. You need to support one another, to be open, to share feelings, share emotions. How are you feeling? Babe, how was your day? How did the day go? Not that you come back, you just hold remote control and face TV. That TV on they piss me off. You just face TV. If you go be like, make I break the TV. Honestly, I'm not saying you all day. You come back, you come and face TV. Eh? You come and face TV and be watching TV. Me, not be TV. Am I not enough TV? Yeah, it's important. Spend time with your children. Talk to your children. Build them up. Let them know that you're interested, in what's going on in their lives. Be connected emotionally. My people, we get why. We get why. We don't want to raise children that are emotionally disconnected, like some of their parents are. We're work in progress. Yes. It's TV. That one is the one that me and daddy wife used to fight about. You come and you say, I'm tired. I just want to catch up on TV. Yeah, I understand that. You want to catch up on TV, but I haven't seen you all day. The attention should be on me, not TV. Maybe that's why I don't like Nollywood movies. Because that's why I used to watch them so much. And the thing used to, it just used to annoy me non-stop. So, the last but not the least, no, let me talk about extended family. Living with extended family, then I'll talk about mental health. I have two more points. Living with extended family. That one has its own, it has its own, what's it called? It has its own impact on marriage. Yes. Ben says some women have replaced their husband with their sons. Yes, it's true. That's a very valid point. It's true. They have. They have. It's because they don't feel satisfied in the relationship. Mm. It's because they don't feel connected. It's a need. Women need to be emotionally attached. It's a need. That's how God has created. Or if you don't want your wife to be connected to your son to replace you, show her love. Just show her love. Be affectionate towards her. Hug her for no reason. Some of una no sabi hug. Brother Ben, you sabi hug? You dey hug? Eh? If you want to hug the way it will be so awkward in the hugging, you say go ask yourself, say, waiting. And this is me that is a hugger. Why I like to hug. So I started hugging my sons. You see? So that kind of one now you go got to say some of you are connected to your children. How you know go hug your son? Hmm? You have to hug. Hug is good. Women need hug. Men need hug. Children need hug. Women need hug a lot. You know, you have hugging therapy. And many of you have seen that. People who offer hugs during the pandemic, it was a thing, no? They'll hug now. It's therapy. They'll hug somebody. It's hugging therapy. There's something that hugs do. Some African people know sabi hug. They know sabi hug. Pauline said, how long will I fight for someone's attention? Some men cannot hold conversation. How will you connect? Therapy will help. Honestly, therapy will help. That's why therapy is good. You cannot teach them because I don't know about you, but I'm not a very patient teacher. So if I'm trying to teach something, I'll end up getting upset and the whole point of the learning will be lost. So I can't teach. That's why when I came to this country, I thought of being a teacher because my first degree was in English language back in Nigeria. So I thought maybe I should go to train to be a teacher. And back in the day when I came, they were training teachers free of charge. They won't even pay you to go and train because they had shortages of teacher. Now I can't look myself and say all this so you go children, I go beat the entire. Make I no come around me like say one. Make I no go jail. Nah, I don't carry myself say no, I no go fit do this teaching. This teaching is not for me. Joy says some partners refuse therapy. So what I'm learning now is that if your partner is refusing therapy, you start it. And when some of them, when they see the changes and how therapy is helping you to be a better person, a better spouse, they will start. I think not to share that with us. So you start. Even the therapist might be able to pull your spouse in. So yeah, therapy helps quite a lot. So let me quickly talk about living with family, extended family. That's one of the things that came up with that show yesterday. Oh, I said I'll talk for 30 minutes. I've almost spoken for 1 hour. Okay, quickly now. See, it takes some grace for you to live with family. It takes some grace, especially for a newly wedded couple. Me personally, I would recommend to everybody that's getting married, don't live with anybody in at least in the first 5 years of your marriage. Don't. I know circumstances make things like that happen, but it's not always the best. Because when you marry yourself, you are still trying to navigate one another. More than not forget, say, courtship or relationship is not the same thing as marriage. Oh, it's not. Now when I'm married, now you can see gang gang. So now so it be. So as you are trying to navigate your marriage now, you are newly wedded. You are trying to learn one another. You are seeing some things you never even knew your spouse house, and this is from both men and women. If you now put a mix of extended family into this new dynamic that you are trying to figure out, how do you think it's going to work out? Go work well, because family members like a third wheel. They are always like a third wheel. Most of them will take sides. Some of them will come and live with you. They expect you to be the one that is cooking and cleaning for them. After all, they came to your house. In the abroad, some family members, especially if they are just coming from Nigeria, may not have money to contribute. That also puts financial strain on you, especially in the case of this couple that we're talking about. Their family members came from Nigeria. I'm sure they are good people, but look at the added pressure. Okay, if you're spending £100 a month for feeding, your spending will go to 150 or 200. Your bills will increase. So these are a lot of things that, I don't think people should be living with people until you are stable. And I mean financially stable, not just because you have a big house and you have room for your extended family. Adama said, allowing extended family, in-law, brother, sister, yearly into your marriage can be, yeah, and it can ruin your marriage. It happened to me. Oh, wow. Yeah. The first 5 years, please, guys, I think you should agree on that before you even get married. Babe. Nobody's living with us. Anybody that wants to come from Nigeria, let them find their own accommodation. Because you are still trying to even figure yourself out. Please, it's very important. It's not because you are a mean person or that you don't like your family. It's just that life is complicated and you are trying to, get ahead. You're just trying to survive and you don't have the capacity yet to carry on. Let me tell you something. Brother Patrick said it yesterday. If you think you are standing, in this abroad, you are not standing gidigba, but you think, oh, I'm standing, maybe I'm working, maybe I can pay my rent, maybe we can eat, and you carry family. If you are not careful, you will fall. Do you know why? Because you are not standing well yet. Now one leg you take stand, but you just think you are standing. So people need to be very, very careful. Please have these conversations with your spouses. Can we manage? What are the nuances of people coming to live with us? What does it mean for our finances? What does it mean for our relationship, our time together, day-to-day running of our home? Have this conversation. Don't just bring people here because Nigeria is tough. Everybody is jackpot now, so they must jackpot and come and stay with you. Because sometimes the consequences can be higher. Okay, so, and if you are the type that is working, from the story yesterday, we saw that both of them had a lot of working for family, black tax as well. We saw that. Yeah. God's child says it's true. Mom made provision for his family at the expense of his own family. I think it's their turn to help him get back together, to help them get back together. Yeah. He did say that she too had a lot of commitment, family back home, for family. Family. My family matter, eh? Ngozi said that growing up, they had so many issues with family member living with someone. Yeah, living with someone is not a joke, especially in the abroad. If it's Nigeria, it's a different thing. But abroad, we don't have a lot of the things that people take for granted in Nigeria. Outsourcing your shared responsibility like cleaning, laundry, cooking, going shopping is a lot. Yeah. So that's living with extended family, or not living with people who are not, your spouses, your nuclear family. The final one I want to talk about because of time is mental health. Mental health. I've been talking to you guys about mental health since time immemorial. These stress buckets. I talked about it, and the things that the stress, that can induce the stress, and knowing the level of where your bucket is. I've been talking about it for a long time, guys. Please, you need to know how to manage, because we all have stress. Yeah, we're all going to suffer from one mental health problem at one point or the other. Yeah. The simple analogy that my my friends who work in mental health shared with me is the stress bucket. And that's what I used to always explain it to you in my layman understanding. But it's quite easy to understand. It's not rocket science. What are the things that are causing you stress in your life? There are things that add to your stresses. You need to know what they are and you need to be able to manage them. If you don't manage them, if you don't manage them, they will manage you. That's it. They will manage you. Oh. They will manage you if you don't manage them. What we saw yesterday was a case of a young lady who could not handle the stress anymore. She had I don't know whether it's psychotic breakdown, but she had a breakdown. She already had stresses from life, from relationship, from marriage, from whatever, family, and so many things. And then post having a baby, postnatal, postpartum added to it, and she just broke down. So people need to be aware, especially those of you that don't talk. Remember, they said that Helen does not talk much. So you keep bottling things up. You keep quiet. You don't talk. I say if you don't manage them, they will manage you. That's why it is good for you to know what are the things that will cause you stress. Number one is financial pressure. Always worrying about bills, about money. When you're not sleeping well, sometimes if you have issues, you don't sleep well at night, it can increase the stress. Can you see the bucket? That's a bucket. It's a simple analogy. So it's like a tap. When you put a bucket under a tap and water is flowing into it, this is what the stress does. Your mind and your brain is the bucket, right? So these are the things that are adding to the stress of that bucket. Poor diet. Maybe you're not eating well. Family or relationships issues. You have health conditions. You have issues at work or worries at work. No job stability. All these things add to how you feel overwhelmed. So you start to feel overwhelmed. As you see the bucket, you see the markers in the bucket. When you are here, you are relaxed. You see it? I will encourage everybody to Google this thing and have a picture of it. Please have a picture of it on your phone and be checking it all the time so that you can be advising yourself. When the level of the bucket is low like this, the little water in it, you are relaxed. If it's on the second level, you are coping well, but you still have some stress, which is normal. When it gets to the third level, that's you are becoming stressed now and you are anxious. This is when your mental health will start suffering. Okay? You'll be suffering gradually. The more the stress, the more you'll be suffering. And then finally, when it gets to the top, if you see some other picture of this stress bucket, you will see when it fills up, it will overflow. That's when you have overflowing and you feel overwhelmed and you cannot cope. That's when you will lose it. That's when people have this psychotic breakdown. So these are helpful coping mechanisms to help you manage the stress. Everybody has this stress bucket. It's a simple analogy. What do you do to manage to release? If you see the bucket here, you can see water is pouring into the bucket. That's the water of the stress. And you are releasing it down here. This is how you reduce it so that you can put more. How do you reduce it? Some of the things that you do is practicing mindfulness. Go and learn what it means. Yeah? Positive affirmation. Some people is, faith, praying, saying positive things about their life in their abroad. You pray, you attend church services, and mindfulness, always, align decision to get to your mind in a way that you focus your mind in a place that is healthy. Good time management. Talking to friends and family. Well, talking helps. I know a lot of people from our culture always worry. What would they say? Nǹkan tó bá wọ anybody ló máa fẹ́ ni wọ́n sọ. Let them say. Not today. Not be today. Oh. They will always say. Let them say. Talking, talking, talking. You have to talk. Oh. If you don't manage your stress, the stress will manage you. Talk to friends. Talk to family. Talk to anybody that will listen with an empathetic ear that can help you. Just listening. Sometimes when you talk and you feel overwhelmed and you talk to someone and you cry, you feel better. There's some relief that comes from crying. The one that I like the best is taking time to enjoy yourself. Taking time to enjoy yourself. Some people back home accuse me of enjoying too much. They say I like enjoyment too much. That I waste a lot of money on enjoying enjoyment. Ẹgbà mi aládùúgbò o. Is there anything like too much enjoyment? Me. They say I enjoy too much. Ẹ ṣé. Thank you very much. I'm taking care of number one. Enjoyment releases your stress. Whatever enjoyment means to you. Some people is reading. Some people is traveling. Some people is partying. Some people is going to cinema. Some people is whatever your enjoyment, going to poetry, whatever, bowling. Yes, so they say I'm always traveling. My number one enjoyment is traveling. I love traveling. And whenever I travel and come back, I feel so much better. Yeah, nobody can stop that one. Like I jokingly say here, I'm a gypsy. When I retire, I'll tell them to buy me a caravan that I can be driving up and down. I want to go around the world. I've not even started. They are complaining because they would rather you give them the money instead of you wasting it. It's waste to them. Eshe, thank you very much. Let me waste it. Brother Ben, are you there? Thank you very much, everybody. Are we liking this? This is like a master class. It's not like it's a master class. Enjoying this content?
Auntie B,
Just a thumbs up, guys. My brother, how you doing?
I'm okay. Oh. Today is Monday and you just decide, say you won't give us bass boost today, Auntie B.
That was small. That was small. It's as a spirit director. You know me now.
That is good. It's a very good topic. In fact, I give you kudos for considering
I like closure. That matter yesterday was bothering me.
we are dealing
So
with a lot.
I needed to come and, say something because it wasn't quite done in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, we are really dealing with a lot. And this topic you just hammer on now, it's a welcome idea because some people don't even know how to relax. And you
No.
did a very good job at explaining most of the things that people have to put into consideration for their own good. This
Mm-hmm.
happiness you just spoke about now, some people don't even know what makes them happy anymore. When you live
Mm-hmm.
abroad, after you deal with all these struggles of buzzing and hustling of work, family, pressure, loneliness, like you said now, you don't even know what makes you happy again, you know?
Yeah. Because you are
So,
on a survivor mode. You are just on a
yes,
survivor mode.
yes, so I
Mm.
noticed you highlighted 4 key points that I just want to touch on briefly. You
Mm-hmm.
talk about black tax, you talk about loneliness, then extended family pressure, as well as mental health and stress issues.
Mm-hmm.
So here is my take on this matter. As
Mm-hmm.
far as the first one is concerned, the black tax, it be like say that one at the base where all of us we chop as we
Yeah.
come abroad with that.
Mm-hmm.
So many of us, I hardly see anyone here abroad who doesn't have some baggages they are carrying back in the Africa. Especially we Nigerians, we get all this line of extended family from papa side, mama side, auntie or uncle. There are just too many.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would tell people as far as that is concerned is this: it's the same message I've been preaching all the time. You, as a man, your wife and your children come first.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how it is, if people are going to call you names, if they are going to say you are a bad man, whatever they have to say, let them say it.
Abby.
You and your family comes first.
Mm-hmm. Are you there? Ben, we can't hear you again. Mm. I think we've lost Ben there. He was onto something. Okay, let's wait for him to come back. Mama Bear is here. If you'd like to say something, please jump in the comment section. I've just got a few more minutes and then we are out of here. But no, we are not hearing you again. No. Are you, can you hear me?
Mm.
Mama Bear, welcome.
Hello, good evening, Auntie B.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, darling. I was thinking about you today.
Yeah, I've always had you in my mind, but it's just
Yeah.
communicating is some kind difficult sometimes. But yeah, we're fine.
How you
Well
doing?
done, fine. Well done for the work you're doing.
Thank you, my love.
And yeah, I mean it's a sad situation. I mean the show you did yesterday. I caught it on playback. I watched it this morning, and it's really sad. Um, all the things you've aligned so far seem to be the issues that are there, the pertinent issues that are there that needs to be addressed. We need to
Mm-hmm.
look out for ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
especially those of us who live in the diaspora. It's very important that we learn to understand that everybody will be all right one way or the other. Even
Benny.
our family back in Nigeria, people in Nigeria, they will complain. There's never enough. No matter what
Mm-hmm.
you do, they would always come back for more. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to learn to set your boundaries and define the boundaries. And if that's not enough for them, then there's nothing you can do. It just shows you that you can't do everything. We're not God. We can only do the much we can.
Mm-hmm.
So, and for me, I suppose you would know that for me, this whole conversation, the most important part for me is the mental health part. Of course, you
Mm-hmm.
know my story and my history.
Mm-hmm.
So the mental health part of this whole conversation, it's the way I always say to people, never ever say never. It can never be me. Mental health, as long as you're alive, one day it can be you, it can be somebody very close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is immune to mental health issues. Just pray that nothing pushes you to that point where you
Mm-hmm.
break.
Mm-hmm.
But for people who are going through it, all you need to, I mean, you cannot say you understand if you've never been in that shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing you can do is empathize and try to give them that relief, like you say, be that listening ear when they want to vent. Sometimes to you, they're not making sense, but to them, they're making sense because once they finish venting, it gives them that peace that somebody is at least in their corner. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to learn to take care of ourselves. That's just the bottom line. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing important more than you. That's what we have to realize. The most important person in every situation is you. And
Mm-hmm.
in this situation of us living abroad, people back home think it's rosy, it's life is easy out here, but they don't understand that the challenges out here is tenfold more than what it is back
Mm-hmm.
home. You
Mm-hmm.
deal with isolation, you deal with cultural differences, you deal with trying to navigate to make people understand you without giving them a negative impression of yourself. You're
Mm-hmm.
always conscious. These are the things you need. You are trying to navigate all of this. It might seem like nothing, but over time, if you're not taking care of yourself, these things will spill over, and it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a more bigger issue. So we need to start emphasizing and try to stop making people feel ashamed of mental health. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I know that I've been on that road. I'm still on the journey, and I know. But one thing that I think has helped me so far with my mental health journey is I have learned not to be ashamed to talk about it. I
Mm-hmm,
have
mm-hmm.
learned not to be ashamed to say this is what I'm struggling with, because I, over time I realized that people might have a funny look on their face when you talk about it, but give them time, they will come around. That's
But I
all I
mean,
can
when
say.
someone meets you, people assume when you say mental health, people in our community assume that, oh, that person cannot function. But you are functioning quite all right. You're going to school since
Yeah,
I know you, you've been going to school, you've had
yeah,
different degrees, you're taking care of your
yeah,
children, you are living your life every day.
yeah.
So
You, you,
yeah, it's growth for
you
us to be able to come to a place where we can talk about having mental health, and it doesn't mean like the way we reason it in back in Africa, that, oh, that means your own, your that means you are just cuckoo walking around the streets, half dressed, and no, that's not what it
yeah.
means.
No, people see mental, you know what people mistake? They mistake mental health with mental illness.
Hmm.
People always mix that up. They're two separate things. Mental health is just like physical health. Physical health comprises of so many different aspects. It's the same with mental health. Mental
Yeah,
health is just the name that comprises of everything that has to do with the mind.
yeah,
That's all it is. The illness, everybody that has a mental health issue, they've got different diagnoses. That is their
absolutely.
illness that they're dealing with. They're
Yeah,
dealing with different illnesses. It
yeah,
doesn't mean that it's a limitation. I mean, people need to understand before you start judging people when they say they've got mental health issues. Do they look like the picture you have in your head? If they don't, then you know you're wrong. People with mental health are not crazy. They're not. It's not.
you see
I
some
don't
you
know.
see some you see some oyibo, they will tell you, I've got men, those ones, they speak there, they will tell you, even if they don't know
Yeah,
you before, you just having a chat, they know, I have mental health issues, so I'm on medication, but I
yeah,
have good days, I have bad days, they will tell you.
yeah. I
And these
mean,
are
I'm
people,
just.
they are living their life every day, they are doing things, they got families, they got their dogs, they go on vacation, they are living. So we still
Yeah.
need a lot of awareness about mental health and mental
You
condition.
know, it's. I use myself all the time as an example to people. I'm like, I've got mental health issues. I've been in the health sector. That was what my profession was until after I decided no, I need to change, and because of life situations and things like that. But I do understand that mental health is not just the picture people have in their head is you've completely lost your mind. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong. There are people who their diagnosis, they are completely in full blown psychosis. There are people like that, but even those people, they're not always in psychotic mode. They have
yeah,
times when they are sane. So you cannot just say that, especially if you follow, if your mental health, your psychiatrist or your mental health worker says to you, you have to take medication. This is the medication they've prescribed for you. I'm a strong advocate. I know it's not a lot of people will not agree with me on this, but I'm a very strong advocate of follow what the professionals who work with you say.
yeah.
If they've prescribed you medication and you don't understand the medication or what the medication is meant to do, you have the right to ask. Ask
Hmm.
them, what is this medication going to do? Ask
Hmm.
them the side effects. Tell them tell them what you don't want, and I can tell you, if you're being prescribed a medication for depression, there are so many different brands of medication for depression, and they
And if
know if
one
you tell
doesn't
them,
work, you use another
yeah,
one. Some people react
yeah,
differently. So if one doesn't work, you try
yeah,
another one.
yeah, and because of me, I already have a medical history of PCOS. So I told them I don't want a medication that would make me fat because I already have a PCOS history. So if
Mm.
you give me medication that will make me fat, then it's going to be a problem. Then I'll start having body dysmorphia. I don't want that. I'm already having a kind of esteem issue with my size. So I don't want any medication that will make me grow fatter. So they know that. I told them from the beginning, maybe because I'm coming from a medical background and I know that there are medications, some of this medication will make you'll be
Put on weight.
eating too much.
Mm.
Yeah, some of this medication can make you do that. And the reason why some of those medications are like that is that some people with mental health issue also have the eating disorder. So some
Mm.
of this medication serves as works in two ways. For those who have this eating disorder, it makes them eat so they don't lose weight, if that makes sense. But for me, I don't have eating disorder, so I do not want any of those medication that would make me eat. I just want a normal medication that would deal with my symptoms. And I mean, I was on first, I was on one particular medication and I took it for about a year and I felt, I needed to change it and I changed the medication. And I've been on this particular brand for the longest time ever, and it's fine because like my dose is a bit high, and I said to my psychiatrist I want it to be reduced because I noticed that the medication I was on was numbing my feelings, if that makes
Mm.
sense. i
Yeah.
had I had no feeling, so I asked for it to be like
Yes.
reduced
Mm.
so that I can feel things in the sense that I don't really get a reaction when I was on the dose that I was placed on. I was
Mm.
not getting like something will happen that I'm supposed to be excited about. It's just like you get that feeling that it's just that
Mm.
like I
Okay.
don't care kind of feeling. It makes you're very indifferent in your feeling, and I
Yeah.
didn't like it. I wanted to be able to feel things at the same time, still feel in control. So I had the conversation, and my medication was adjusted. So that's what we need to understand. People might not agree with medication, but the truth is medication does help, but it is not every mental illness that you should take medication for. Some you need CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. That's what
Mm.
you need for it. And some you just need a few sessions of maybe group therapy and you get over it and you'll be fine. But at the end of the day, we need to stop the stigma and help people with mental health to come out from where they are, because to be honest, it's not all mental illness that people live with for the rest of their lives. Some
Mm.
you can come out of it with the right support in place. And I mean, Auntie, you're doing a great job. I cannot say thank you enough, and it's really a pleasure seeing you advocating for the right things in our community and helping people who seem to have lost their voices, giving them the platform to, say things that really matter and need to expose things that seem to be shrouded in some kind of mystic in our community. And I think mental health is one of those things that we need to start demystifying, because it's sad for me when I watched the show from last night. I felt bad because I'm in Scotland, you know that, but the part of Scotland that she is in is a bit further away from where I am.
Yeah.
But I think that whatever the case might be, she can come out of it on the other end, and she would be back to her normal life, no
Mm.
problems, if
Mm.
she follows what her professionals are
Mm.
saying to her. Because I
Mm.
don't want us to make the mistake, because on social media everybody seems to know everything on every issue. But
It's
I would
okay.
rather say
That's
for
social
her
media
to
for you.
follow yeah,
Mm.
for her to follow what her professionals are advising her. And she
Mm.
should learn to question everything. Even if you think you know it, just question it. Have that, question all the when they say you have to do this, you have to take this, question it, have that clarification, because
Mm,
sometimes what you're thinking that they're saying is actually different from what they're saying. That's the
mm,
problem. And I just hope that we can, help to make everybody feel much, make these things much easy for everybody to understand that mental health is not a delete sentence. It is
mhm.
just another. It is just like every other illness. It
Thank you.
comes when it
Mm,
comes, and
mm,
nobody is immune to it. That's what I always say to people. Nobody is immune. As long as you're still breathing, you're not immune to mental health issues. It's the same
mm,
like disability. As long as you're alive, you cannot say never, because you don't know what the future holds for you. So
mm.
thank you so much, Auntie B. Thank
Thank
you for all the work you do.
thank you.
And
We speak
I would
soon.
let you I would let you go, and I would speak to you soon.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mama Bear. I appreciate you, darling. I was thinking about you this morning because the ladies in Scotland, and whenever they mention Scotland, my mind will go to you and Tonya. You are the two people. And of course, the other ladies. Yeah, we have other ladies who I haven't seen for a while now. But of course, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your own experience. I am so, so, so proud of you. Thank you for being vulnerable enough to share. It takes a lot of courage to share. Mental health is something that our people don't have much understanding about, and there's a lot of stigma attached to it. So, sharing creates education, education creates awareness. Because people just think once you have mental health, your own is finished. You can't function in life again. But yeah, people Oyibo will tell you, I'm suffering from this, I'm suffering from that, I'm taking my medication, and they still live their life. They go to work, they have families, they do what they need to do and just get on with it. And I'm glad that you spoke about medication because one of our sisters had a problem with what someone said yesterday during the show about medication. I know it was just talking broadly, using somebody else's experience, but I was one of that sister she's in the psychiatric field, and she said that we should be careful about advising people not to take medication. So if you've been prescribed medication, please take it. Okay. If the medication is not working for you, you can ask for a review. There are different brands that you can switch to, but the advice is always to follow professionals who are working with you to find a lasting solution to your diagnosis or your issue. Thank you so much, Mama Bear. Nana, thank you for the super chat. She said, so much to learn on this platform. Well done, Auntie B and caller. Thank you for the super chat. At least you appreciate me. It's ordinary like I've been begging people to like since we they like. Yeah, some people love me with their mouth, but they do not love me with tori tokon or tori taya. How do they say it? They don't love me with their head and their chest. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, Buki, you are next. Can you hear me? Please unmute yourself.
Hey, Auntie B.
Hello.
Yeah, I go by. Uh, my name is Lucy Osadebe, but I go by Buki, popularly known as Buki in Nigeria, and you can see my middle name there. As in,
Okay.
yeah, I'm Mrs. Lucy Osadebe.
Are you in Nigeria?
No, I'm in the US.
Oh, welcome, Mrs. Lucy
Yeah, I wanted to
Osadebe.
join. I wanted to join this forum for a long time, but I don't really know when to join because sometimes I just stumble on it. I just make some comments, and sometimes I will I'll say, "Oh, I wish I was in this forum."
Yeah,
I
welcome.
I
What do you
like
have to
yeah,
say?
I
Mm,
like what you do, and I pray that God gives you good health, long life, and be
amen.
there for us for many, many, many years to come. In Jesus'
Amen.
name. Yeah, I
Amen.
like what you do. Yeah. I just stumbled on it now. I don't really know what you guys are talking about. I just said, oh, let me just see if I can get into this. Let me see if I can get into this.
So
Yeah.
you are doing trial and error today.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly, exactly. And
All
I'm
right,
even
that's
dashing out now
fine.
to go. I'm even dashing out now to go pick up my kids from school.
Okay. Now you know how
Yeah.
to join. So next time, make sure you join us, yeah?
Yes, yes. The last person that spoke, I like what she was saying. I heard a little bit of it. I like
Mm,
what she was saying. Yeah, mental health is real. It's not as if it's not real. It's very real. And sometimes, we Africans, especially Nigerians, would like to say, "No, it's not my portion." this,
mm,
it's not my portion. Oh my God, it's not my portion. Whose portion is it? So we are all human beings, and things does happen. So,
mm,
like what she was saying, it's good for us to take good care of ourselves. Here
mm,
we are here abroad, we just work and work and work and work, send home, trying to help others and all that. We forget about ourselves.
mm,
So we need to really, really take care of ourselves.
mm,
A while back, I told myself, you know what? The number one person is me. I have to take care of
mm,
me. Yeah,
mm,
I am very, very important. I have to take care of me
mm.
because when I'm no longer there, these people they will survive.
Of course.
They will be fine. They will survive. So
Mm,
that's what I'll be trying to do every now and then to really take good care of myself. So I love my family, but I come first these days. Yeah, I'm like, how's Lucy feeling? What was this? What was the need for Lucy? So I try to take care of myself, do the best I can for myself. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just hurrying to go get
it's
my
okay.
yeah. So I
All right. Thank you
food
very much for
and
calling us.
yeah.
Look after
Thank you,
yourself.
guys. Thank you so much. Thank
All
you for
right.
all you
Drive
do. Yeah,
safely. All right.
yeah.
God bless you. Thank you, sis. Okay. Uh, looking after yourself is paramount to you are number one. Take care of number one. Ola, I saw you in the comment in the studio. Did you leave or it's like you've I can't see you again. You got off. Okay. I'm rounding up now. I think Ben is at work. I completely understand. Real life with sister. Not to hello daughter. How are you?
Hi, Mama. First of all, let's talk about this glow. This year you are glowing. At
Eh,
this
am
your
I
red
glowing?
lipstick.
I've
You're
not put on the
seriously
camera for
glowing.
so long. I don't even remember what I look like.
Nah, you look good. You look
Thank
good.
you.
How you
Thank
doing
you.
today, Ma?
I'm good. I'm good. Much better. I rested. I
You
started
know
taking
this.
naps. I told you about my naps that I started taking.
Oh, that's nice. Very good. This
Naps
is
are
I
so
work at
good,
home. I
eh?
do that too. Yeah, I take
Naps
that
are
power nap,
powerful.
30 minutes
I
to an
take
hour.
I take that power nap and it just helps me to
It
revitalize
does
and boost
magic.
my energy.
It does magic. It really does magic. Actually, we need
Yeah.
to change the name of your show to Hardly Initiated, like one YouTube
Eh,
show. Because it's
eh.
topic that people are scared to talk about. Those are the stuff you bring in, and they're very, very important. But
I
people
know
shy
that
away from it.
channel. That channel is new and the way
Yeah,
it's growing
I
overnight.
know. I
I
follow
know it.
them. I'm like, oh my God,
It's just
that's so
growing so
big.
much. Since they brought this woman, George Lynn Tola, the thing has
Yeah, that
just
was it. It just
grown.
went up. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because people want to hear about those topics that's this mental health issue. People want to talk about it, but because of the stigma, especially in the African society,
Mm,
people like shy away from it, and that's the reason why we have a lot of people like they don't take care of it, and then when the whole thing goes to another level, they have this meltdown and then it becomes something else, and then people try to make it look like, oh, spiritual, or is this is that. Actually, for me, this year October is going to be my 1 year anniversary for therapy. So I
mm,
gifted myself on my 40th birthday to go and have a psychiatric evaluation because of all the things I've been going through. Because last year I when I was doing my IVF, I had like a lot of side effects of the medication. I started having panic attacks. My anxiety went over the roof. I started having like unnecessary meltdowns. So, and I will tell you that I have moved to a very, very better place just by doing that therapy. I've been
mm-hmm,
prescribed some medication, and I will tell you that I have some medications that I've been taking off now because
mm-hmm,
of how much I've improved. And I have some that the dosage were increased, and I have some that were reduced. And before I used to go like it was every day, but now I only take it when I start feeling that certain way because of
mm-hmm.
how much I've improved. So taking
Yeah.
that medication is very, very important. It's not a bad thing. And just like the other caller said that having mental issue, yeah, mental health is just like your regular doing a regular physical every year. You understand what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So if you
Yeah.
neglect it, that's when it goes into becoming something else because the underlying issues that are not addressed, and then it becomes like a full-blown issue, and then now they have to do this to you, and then you get upset and you tell people that you're not crazy, but because you refused to take care of it when it was little. It's just like you having a dislocation the first day.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't take care of it the first day, after 1 week, you will speak all the languages that you know, because you have to
Absolutely.
take at that time. So it's
Mm-hmm.
really, really important. People are not talking about it. People are shy. I'm really not shy to talk about what I've been facing mentally and the help I've been getting. So help spiritually, help medically, like I've
Mm-hmm.
done all those ones. There's nothing wrong in it.
Do you
And
use that stress bucket that I was talking about earlier on to know, your
uh
stressors and how to diffuse that bucket to reduce the stress and all the things
no,
we mentioned earlier on?
funny enough, I've never used it, but I think one of the things that my therapist we spoke about is that she told me that I was carrying too much weight. I mean,
Yeah.
too many people's weight from what we
Mm-hmm.
discussed. So she told me, she said, no is a complete sentence, and it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you can do something, just say no. And then the first time I tried it, I realized that me and the person we still spoke with, because the person that always comes to me for something. And then when they came that time, I just said, I didn't want to go borrow. I didn't want to do anything extra. I just said I didn't have it. And she
So
said,
you
okay,
go and
that's
borrow
fine.
before to give.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Let me,
I can't hide.
yeah, people with good heart are always like that. You know what? People that with good heart they suffer because
Yeah.
it's not because somebody said to me one time and said, "Can't you say no?" I can say no. I don't struggle to say
Mhm,
no, but I don't
mhm.
like to say no because I like to help people. I
Yeah,
genuinely
yes,
want to help. That's the problem.
yes,
And
yeah.
what I've learned with our people is that the more you are helping, the more they will come to you. The person that say no, they will not go to that person.
No, yeah. So that
Mm.
person, after I told her no, and I realized that the next day we still spoke normal, normal. I said, so this is okay. I didn't knew. I'm like, we didn't fight. We were still friends. She understood. So from that time, days that I don't have, if I have, I'll help. If I don't, I'll just like, can. And I started realizing that the weight was becoming lesser.
Mm.
I was
Mm.
becoming less stressed because this black tax thing is real, Auntie. When I
Yeah.
mean is real, like in capital letters. And
Yeah.
people try to like guilt trip you into
Hmm.
doing stuff for them. And if you don't, they make it look like you have what you don't want to do. But people
It's
don't
not.
forget that you have your own stress. You
It's
have
not
your
even
own
our
bills to
culture
take care of.
alone. You know the funny thing, it's not even our culture
Hmm.
alone. Joy Giver, thank you so much for that super chat. She said, nice topic, so much to learn, and it seems as if this whole show is for me. I appreciate you, ma. Thank you, Joy. God bless you. Okay, don't worry. Everything will be all right. Just take it
Okay,
one
well,
step at a time.
one day at a
You know,
time.
this black tax thing is not only also. I went to pick up dry cleaning on Saturday. And the
Hmm.
woman at the dry cleaning shop was saying to me, she's Turkish. And she was like, you know
Okay.
what? She was giving me her own experience and saying that uh how their family member and uncle was was he deleted here in the UK and the man
Oh
said they should
my
carry him
God.
to Turkey to bury. And
Does
the
he have
girl said,
insurance?
and the man said, I don't know. I don't think he has anything. And the woman was
Can you
telling me, can
imagine?
you imagine the what she used is the F word. I can't use it there. So like, where
Yes.
is it? I don't even know this fucker. Why is he telling me to come and pay money to
Yeah.
carry him? Why didn't he go back to Turkey before he deleted? Why?
Before you buy. Yes.
I said, you people
It's
have this
crazy.
problem. He said, I
Yeah.
told my mom I'm not contributing. And then she was telling me
No.
that because she doesn't have children, they told her she has to pay more to carry the man to Turkey. She
Auntie
said
B,
she's
I
not
was
paying
going to come
anything.
to that. Somebody has made that statement to us one time. Just like, you
Oh
people's
my
own is better
gosh.
because
Hmm.
you don't have kids. And that thing rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, do you
Of
even know that we
course.
have more responsibility than you?
Of
Because we don't
course.
have kids now. You know how many school fees we paid this year? Like, we
Hmm.
don't have to tell you what you're doing, but somebody has mentioned that to us people. And
Don't borrow
also,
money to
when I
give
went,
anybody. Oh. Don't that
no,
no.
I've stopped.
I don't go
No,
that
since
far.
last
Me,
year,
as much
since
as I want
since
to help,
last
I never go that far. I
last
don't borrow.
and to be
Mm-mm.
since last year to this year, I'm telling you, I've done so much work. I have a healthy relationship with money now. I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
before we had a very toxic relationship, but now we have
Mm-hmm.
a healthy relationship. But and also
Mm-hmm.
I've had myself in a situation where I almost fired myself like 3 times.
Ewo,
So
Chineke.
yes, yes. Yeah, so when
Hmm.
people talk, I understand where people are coming. I've had myself in that position before, honestly speaking. It's not a good feeling, it's not a good place.
It's
I
not
don't
worth
wish
it.
anyone to be. No, I don't wish anybody to be in that. And that was when I took myself to therapy. I needed help. So
Yeah.
if somebody that loves you say you need help and they take you, they might have seen something. It's not all the time people wish us bad, because our people always make it look like, oh, why do you have to do this to me? It's because you don't love me, you're trying to bring me down, blah 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 blah. But when people see stuff that you don't see and they advise, I always
Mm-hmm.
say take advice. And like you said earlier, not you, the other caller said that ask questions. These people are here to serve you. If they know that you know stuff and you're asking a lot of questions, they'll be very
Mm-hmm.
cautious towards you. But if you go there like one menu, everything they just say turn right, you turn right, turn left, you turn left. They'll
Ask
do whatever they want to
questions.
do
I
here.
was going to ask because I know the mama bear. I know her personally, so she's
Mm-hmm.
she's naturally a soft-spoken person. Okay,
Mm-hmm. You can hear the way
so
she's
if you
talking.
so if you are asking question, please ask respectfully. Don't be
Yes.
it's Martin Oyibo will say you are aggressive, you are
Yes.
challenging. Mhm.
Yes.
So you want
Yes.
to
Yes.
make sure that you are lowering your voice. You're not talking like you
Yeah.
are
There's
talking
a
to a
way you
Nigerian
ask.
person.
Yes.
Ehen.
Yes.
You're not
Yes.
shouting because they say you are raising your voice. And for somebody that's already been, in the mental health system or wherever they section you because of
Anything that you do, they
psychotic
write it
breakdown.
down.
Exactly. They'll write you down,
Anything
say
that you
this
do,
is how
they
you
write it down.
presented today. So in
Yeah.
asking
This is how you have
questions,
reacted
my
to.
addition to that is what Mama Bear said. My addition to that is that please ask questions respectfully.
Rightfully.
Use please and thank you. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Please, may I know, you know,
Yeah.
what this is for? May I know why I'm
Yeah.
taking it? Can you
Yeah.
please tell me?
And
Oyibo,
especially the
uh,
abroad and to be, they are trained to explain to you whatever they are giving you. So in
yes,
the case that
yes.
they didn't explain, you can ask them. Like my therapist, every time she writes something, I ask her, I say, Dr. J, I have a question. So if you don't mind, she's like, sure. I'm like, okay, so what's the side effect of this medication? So what's the long time effect? What's the short time effect? So why can I do without? So she tell you, no, you can. This is the reason why I said you should take this. This is for this, that, that, that. If you get better, we can do this. If you don't get better, we'll have to increase it. And like I said earlier, I've had a situation where they increase some dosage, and I have a situation where they reduce some because I was getting better. And now I don't
So
even have to do every day.
what you said there that I'm also taking because I want to take Ben and I'm ending by 2 hours. I've tried.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a show
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is having a healthy relationship with money. That is
Yes.
one of the reasons why a lot of people are stressed as well. So you collect your money today. We all need to
And
learn how
I'm
to
broke
budget.
tomorrow.
And you are broke tomorrow, or before your salary comes, you've already owed so much base.
Mm-hmm.
And the base you are owing will just swallow your salary and you've got nothing. So you collect salary today, in a week, you're already broke. You're waiting for the next
Yeah.
paycheck. That's not a
Yeah.
healthy relationship with money.
No, it's not.
When we do shows about money management and all these things, people don't engage with those shows. Our people. If it's the one that somebody buy someone, that's the one they like.
Or
Or
somebody divorce someone.
what's marriage that broke up. You will see the whole world will gather. So healthy relationship with money is important. Please do not borrow money. Do not borrow money for
For
except it's a matter
anybody.
of life and buy. Yeah, don't.
Hi. Yes.
And sometimes, do you know what? Some of those people exaggerate what they need. They lie when they come to ask you
Yeah.
for money. They lie.
Yeah.
They make you feel as if because they want to guilt you. They want to feel like, imagine somebody telling me that I should stop giving them small, small money.
Ekuliha.
You don't hear that one before? You know, I
What?
think so. You, if you want to come and give me money, you'll be giving me small, small money. If you want to give me money, I want from 500,000 is what you should be giving me. How dare you
Wahala.
give me small, small money? I say, hey, I sit down think I say, I beg go. Now, person wey senior me, we dey talk about oh, we dey
Nah.
work.
You
I say,
collect it.
Ogbeni,
Why you?
I owe you. You say make I dey give you big, big money. I say, na me find trouble, no vex. So yeah.
I feel I'm saying somebody messaged my husband last week and said that she needs help, that she's going for a wedding and her car is spoiled. She need money to fix her car and then to go for the wedding. She didn't say she didn't have food though. She didn't say she doesn't have school for her
I mean,
children.
that is possible. You know what, my friend? I told you guys I called a friend this morning who's an accountant and she's very good with money. I say, you need to come and teach me. I'm better, but I still want to get better. Do you know what she told
Yeah.
me? She said,
Hmm.
sometimes how to shut those people up is to send them something ridiculous. Then we start having conversation. I said, what do you mean ridiculous? The least money I send to anybody in Nigeria. And I'm not saying this to brag. It's just the kind of person I am. I'll be looking at it, okay, what can they buy with it? What is the value of this money to them? 50,000 naira is the least money I will send to anybody. She said,
Ah,
Bridgie, you are
that's a
sending too
lot.
much.
Oh.
That is the least. I don't send anything less than that.
Like that's a lot.
She said,
Give them
even
5,000
5,000.
one day.
That's what she said. Natu, she said, give them 5,000 naira. They will never call
I'm
you
telling you,
again.
yeah.
She said
No,
she
I'm
did
no
that.
joke. She's so right.
She said she did that she gave 5,000 to somebody and the person didn't speak to them again. They stopped bugging. This is someone that was always
Yeah,
calling them and asking them for money. Ridiculous money. It's not
yeah,
because it's just for their excesses. Oh, maybe they have one cloth now they want to buy or something. And they'll
yes,
go and put their children in
yes,
school that they cannot afford. She said, give them
yes.
5,000. I said, I've never
5,000.
given somebody, I've not even given somebody 15 or 20,000 before.
No, you will give this time. 5. It's
I'm
Adibi,
learning
I'm
it
telling
at
you.
5,000. This person that I
Yes,
gave, the person I gave money that is saying, if you are giving me small money, imagine if I gave them 5,000.
yeah. Now,
So
5.
maybe people should learn it. Start sending them 5,000.
No, train yourself. Now, I'm telling you. No joke. 5.
5,000. The sense of
Yes,
entitlement not be here. Oh, it caused a big
5.
problem. I say,
You just, yeah, you tell them that it's hard for you too
giving you
everywhere. So,
peanuts,
now what I tell them
giving
is
you
that, you
peanuts.
see, this money that you ask me, and to be
You
honest,
know,
tell them,
these
this
people
money
are
that you
so
ask me,
petty. They are so petty
very
that they will
petty.
go and look at your picture, either on WhatsApp or Snapchat or wherever you are on social media to see what you are wearing. This
But
human
I'm not
being that I'm
working for
telling you
you now.
about, Natu, this human being that I'm telling you about, a week ago sent me a message and said, I'm wearing something. She said, they said that the jewelry I'm wearing is too big. This jewelry is very big. Or is this gold? I say, what's your business? Why are you checking my jewelry? I didn't know that that's what they are looking to calculate. Pay. They are
Yes,
sending
that's
me
what they
money.
use. Yes,
So
that's what
when they
they
now
use. But
start
I'm not, I
quarreling
used
me
to tell
that the
people I'm
money
not
I'm
working
spending
for
is too
them.
small, is to say that yeah, you are spending money on jewelry, buying big jewelry. Is that gold that want to finish there?
Auntie B, this Nigeria that I went to in August, right? Somebody saw me with a Coach bag that was given for my birthday, and she said that this my bag is fine, that she dash her. I told her that I'm not working for her. Nice things need to fit me too. So if I give her, what will I wear? She said I buy another one. I said I don't have money for another one. Even me
Ah,
too, I like nice. Yeah, I told her, I said no, this one that I went, I didn't dash anybody anything. Before I will go
yeah,
and
I
dash
made
them
that
my bag,
decision
my
too.
shoe.
Yeah, before I
This
used to
one
do
now.
that, but this last time I went to Nigeria, I made a decision not to
Yeah,
dash. So I usually have a bag of things I want to give. I'll have a bag of my own personal things. So this time around, I said my personal things I'm not giving anybody, and I managed to stick to it
yes,
for the first time.
yeah,
So
yeah,
one
and
of
it
my
will
friends
work.
was asking me for a dress. I said, no, I've already given you dresses. Don't ask me for this one. This is mine, and I'm going back with it.
I deserve good things too. I
Yeah.
deserve good things too.
Adama, let's start
I have
sending
to go.
5,000. I learned that today. Thank you,
Yes,
Natu. Let me take Ben so that we can end. Thank you, my
yeah.
love.
All right,
Mhm.
Mama. Good to
Take
see
care.
you. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you, love. All right, darling. Bye. Beno,
Auntie B, I
welcome
don't
back.
learn tire. I've learned a lot today too.
Abby,
I'm I'm
somebody
sorry
just told
earlier
me now in the
on.
comment section. He said if you send big money, you are sending standard. You know, I never knew that. Me, I was
Yes,
helping.
so yes,
He said
yes.
if you send,
Sorry.
let me look for the comments. Ngozi, Ngozi, God will bless you today, oh, because you've just been throwing gems in the comment section. Ngozi said when you send a lot, you set a standard. Imagine somebody saying that you are giving me small money. It's well.
Auntie B, you see this black tax of a thing. We don't put a lot of people for trouble here in the US. A lot of people are having unnecessary problem. They are giving themselves unnecessary pressure because they want to satisfy people back home.
Yeah.
And that's why you see husband and wife, they will be fighting because everybody just want satisfy their own family, one uncle, one auntie,
Yes.
auntie pikin.
Yes.
There's just too much of it. In fact, when it's time for school to resume in Nigeria, that's when you will see a bulk of these people back home. We start calling everybody to come and pay school fees. Me personally, I'm of the opinion that if you can't afford a private school that you put your pikin, No go put pikin for school, come begin they drag your friends the way they are abroad, say make they can't help you out, school fees don't come. I didn't know all this before until I traveled in 2021, and I've never been so happy in my life until when I made that journey. When I went to Nigeria and I saw everybody the way they were living, these guys are comfortable. Men or women, they are okay. It's true, say Nigeria, they tough, but they know how to sort themselves out. The thing is, most times when they come and demand for money, for help, they are just asking just to take your money, do Sarah.
That's what that
To
my
be
friend told
candid.
me. She said it's excess. What they're asking you for is for their excesses. Now, what do you mean now? Sarah is excesses now. It's something, it's
Exactly, man.
addition. It's addition. Addition. Imagine buying a phone for somebody and they will tell you, pay me that is using phone of 300,000. How dare you buy me a Samsung phone of 100,000 naira?
Imagine. When you remember when the first time I came on your show, I was saying something about my experience trying to impress people back home.
Yeah.
I had one terrible experience then. There was a friend who he was disturbing me at that time. How much I was making, like maybe $80 an hour at that time. He was asking me for money. Hey, heaven don't fall. Then I managed sent $100 to him. This guy see the money, he no talk. 3 days don't pass, he no even talk. I'm
Now
like,
you go even call them to ask and say,
have
you
I
see the
sent this
money?
money to the wrong account? So I called him and like, did you receive the money? I say, oh, Ben Mori, $100 no consent. Auntie B, that statement, this thing happened in, is it 2014?
It
I
go
still
pay you
remember
reach
I
bone.
stayed like yesterday.
It
That
go pain
statement
you.
pay me because I'm like, dude,
You inconvenience
I
yourself.
work a whole day when I work before I feel make even na $80 be my money. I have to add $20 join for a whole day work. I send it to you, and you are telling me, Ben, now $100 you just send. And I say, okay. If to say I see means to withdraw that money back, Auntie B, but I can't. Now I say,
You don't
okay,
even bother to call you because it's too small.
Auntie B, the thing affected me so bad because I was really strongly then. So when I spoke to another friend in Nigeria, I can't report to that my friend, say, guys, see what just happened with this person. No. Now that my friend for Nigeria, that's why he still remain one of my best friends to date. Now he tell me at that time, he say, Ben, you just enter Yankee, you never even settle down well. Bone everybody, don't worry, they will sort themselves out here. Just face your family, face your career first. And B, when I go Nigeria 2021, see motor where guys they ride, see houses where they don't build.
Go the
And
house
these
make you
are the
go see
people
their
that will
wardrobes.
be in your inbox. Say wàhálà ti happen ọ̀rẹ́, má fi wálẹ̀ báyìí ṣe báyìí. Now I say, okay, you guys are even doing way better than me. As I come back like this, even when I come America for the first time, I wasn't as happy as when I was coming back in 2011, in 2021. I enter plane, they come to US, I just be happy. I say, God, thank you. When I reach, I can't go open my account. And I will tell everybody now, if you are into that black tax commitment, just open your account at the end of the year. Check how much. If you have all these money, money sending apps, open them, make you go check. Just do calculation how much you they send to these people in a year. Then you will see how much damage you are doing to yourself. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Learn to say no, like everybody have said here. No go kill you. Say you help somebody today, you know me say the person no go come back tomorrow say he won't come ask. In fact, I even hear say for Nigeria now, waiting many of them they do. Now they get list of all the people when they know for abroad. They have the list. So that they tax everybody, they go calculate. If they tax you this month, they go give you like 3-month break. 3 more times, they'll come back again and tax you for
They go
another
even
money
carry your
again.
name, go they do prayer point, put for your name, say you the helper. You know, for all those churches, they go say your helper. You make your
Yes.
helper no sleep until he help you. So if you they get sleepless night, now because they pray for your name.
Yes.
They
We
carry
have to
your name, they go
learn.
they pray, say make you sleep, no cash you. You know go sleep. That's why you are not sleeping in the abroad.
Yes, we have to learn. The pressure is too much. You go build house for Nigeria, you put tenant there, they go live there when he reach to pay. Now story, you don't see where tenant they call landlord, they tell landlord, say, landlord, oh God, if anything they Nigeria are tough. And you don't reach when it's up parent.
Why
My
tenant go even
head,
get
my
access to you?
my head won't explode.
No,
Head
then
or
when your tenant
anything.
will get access to you, I beg give your house to lawyer
Hey.
to manage. Now lawyers they manage property. I had a tenant like that, tenant on to back bought tenant on. She be sending message and calling me money. One day I woke up, I was like, you know what? Enough of this nonsense. What's it be all this one now? Why is this woman contacting me? Now I contact lawyer. I say, please, talk to that lawyer. No, contact me again. Don't send me a message. Don't send me
There's
a
just
message.
too many
All those tenants,
nonsense
now they
that's
was
coming
no
from
let me
them.
start my tenant the story for here. We know come up for here today. If
Auntie
that
B.
if you never see my video about how I take time go Nigeria, go evict tenants for my house for Nigeria. You never see the video. So if I start my tenant story, we no go come up for here today. I beg.
It's just too much. The wahala too much. And talking about this loneliness, make I just round up real quick, Auntie B. This loneliness of a teen, now big wahala for we where they abroad. I don't know about people in Europe and UK, but US here, loneliness is real. Now for
It's
abroad, I
the
go
same.
say
Abroad is the same,
husband
Ben.
and wife,
It's the
go
same.
their house, they go still they lonely.
It's the
Because
same.
they hardly see each other self. Husband they
Yes.
work 16, wife they work 16. I remember when I was just starting in US here, he got one time, I exchange, now me and my wife they do with my two little kids. We go drive, he get junction, sometimes gas station, now we go meet, we go the transfer picking from one work to another. At the point, I start asking myself, say, am I sure I'm even married? Because I don't even know. Nobody, we know they see each other. So the solution to that, in my own opinion, is this. We have to remember that we have a life to live. And all this work no they finish for abroad. If you check we where they abroad, so by the time you look back, you will see say you don't spend 10 years, 15 years for abroad, and
Yes,
you have
so
not really lived. You have not really enjoyed life. Some people don't even know where one single party day. Some people don't even know the downtown of the city where they live because of work. So the loneliness is real. And for those that are married, if as a man you don't have time for your wife, you are calling for trouble. At the end of the day, all the wahala where you they do na bonus.
I
You
better
go
talk
just
am
they look
again.
and say, you go
Oh, I
look
need you
say,
to
oh,
talk am
I'm doing.
again. Still
No,
repeat
Auntie
that
P
thing where you
is
talk.
real. Whatever you do, no matter how you hustle reach, no matter money where you they make, create time for your wife. You might think because you are paying all the bills, you are doing this, doing that, and she should be appreciating you. Appreciate what? When you are not present. That's why I have a content I'm working on. Once I post it, I'll even share the link to you, Auntie B. I call it when you are at home, be at home.
Thank
That's what I
you.
tell my friends. When you are at home, you can be at home and you are not even at home.
Yes.
Why? Because you don't go work, come back, you enter house, all you want to do is you eat, then you are on your phone, or maybe you
Now
watch
watch
news or you
TV.
watch soccer, and the next
Now
thing you go to
TV.
bed. There is
TV.
no time to even chat with your wife, play with the kid. You are not at home, my brother. You only come sleep, come out. So when you are home, be at home. I tell friends at times, this is how you will know if you are making impact in your house. If you travel for 3 days and your wife no miss some of those little things where they do around the house, my brother, you are not living in that house. If you are living in that house, there should be a couple of things that you are doing that will make your wife, your children know, say, oh, daddy is at home, daddy is around. And the same goes to women too, because make una no vessel, I have to say it. Some women, they will be say they even find money more than we, man, for this abroad.
They're the full ground.
These women, they hustle fire.
And
they
because of the
walk
same
like
family wahala, family back,
hey.
those ones are black tax. Naimo.
Exactly.
Most of the time.
Especially, make una forgive me. You see those firstborn, now those firstborn women, now then get wahala pass. They go carry the entire family wahala put for head.
Now
Their
because their
younger
parents
one,
hang
the
the thing
one
for
when
their
married,
neck now.
I
Now
don't
their
just get
parents
it.
now, their parents basically tell them, say now you go train all the younger ones. Now so now, and you wonder why some fed bonds to marry they struggle to marry because men go see when men come they see say your responsibility too much they go say this one we carry family wahala for head I go run no.
It's too much. It's too much. You see some women they hardly have time for themselves because they are working 24/7 and women wait till they work before you know go even get time say you won't take care of yourself before you know your husband don't begin look elsewhere. I'm not saying this maybe I'm encouraging men but I'm just saying what is going on with us here in abroad. So please let's cut down on those hours. It's good to work, but let us find time to appreciate each other. Bond. Well, Auntie B and
Enjoy
Mr. Lab,
yourself.
they don't preach
Enjoy
emotional
yourself.
intelligence, everything tired for this platform. Find time for each other. Make una play with each other. Make una crack joke. Do things together. And lastly, with this extended family accommodation for abroad, make una no verse at B. I just want to mention a quick because we discussed this yesterday on the platform. This accommodating extended family, a lot of men get it wrong at times, and a lot of women too. It doesn't matter whether you come to abroad 1 year or you've been here 5 years or 10 years. If you are going to accommodate anybody, when we say if they carry wife, come, carry children, come. You and your wife have to discuss it. Have a lengthy discussion about it, and you
How
have
long?
to put
The
cap
first
on
thing
it.
you need to agree is how long are they staying?
God bless you. This
Who
family, when they
will be
come,
doing
they are
what?
staying 1 month, they are staying 2 months, period. You both agree. And I want to say this to men especially. When you bring, it doesn't matter whether not your brother, because that guy you talked the issue yesterday, the guy with the mental health woman stuff, the area where the guy lost me, now when he bring another people can't live in the same house with his wife. If you put 2 women for house, or even 2 women when they date the same house, if they be sisters, give them 1 week or 2 weeks, they will start having problem. Not to now talk of you now bring a brother come, then the brother carry a wife come with pikin. All of them come there inside the same house there, putting a lot of pressure on your wife. And the thing is, as men, when we do all these things, you barely see what is going on. The people where you carry come put for house, you don't know how they take frustrate your wife. Because you go work, you come back. When you come back, especially if those people are from Africa like us, they praise you, open it, smile. You don't know what they have done or what your wife have seen. That is not okay. Every woman get how she want make her house be. Every woman get when she want to have privacy in her home. So when you bring other family come join una for that house, you are already infringing on the woman's right. So if she is not complaining out of respect, say, okay, these people where you bring, they are your family. Let me just bear. Don't take it for granted. Say, hey, she's my wife. She have to take what I cut the crap for God's sake. Because to me, that is where that guy first messed that lady up yesterday. In my own opinion, I'm not saying people should agree with me. But when you bring, it's easy to bring people come live with you for abroad. Your bills go up. Everything. You know how many times that woman have to cook? Just because you are feeding extra mouth. Okay, they don't get problem now. This guy, they don't send the woman go mental health now. Those people where you harbor for 6 months, what are they doing to help the situation now? They are now living their own life. Why you don't carry them, come frustrate your own wife? So please, if you want to help extended family or friend or anybody, have a discussion with your wife. Make una two dey the same page. And here in abroad, if you put person for your house over a certain period of time, you feel no eject them. America no go eject them for you. They go say this person don't live for your house for so time. You have to go and get a court injunction or something to remove them. So I just wanted to quickly highlight that. And for mental health, anybody will like make you not take care of himself. Now don't put pressure on yourself. Find time to play. Talk to people. Sometimes when you be saying now only you there, you know see friend where you they follow do approach, nobody to talk to. Your husband no they available, your wife no they available. Now only you. Small time you go begin talk to yourself. Kolo don't they come with that. You go come back from work, nobody to talk to. That's why for me, once I come, I work evening shift. Once I get home around 11, sleep no gree come. All my friend them, they don't enter and be that. I go not know say no. 2 of my friends from Nigeria I go don't wait. Either they chat them or they call them. You just have to find something to do to share you up. By the time only you go to work, you follow your colleagues then talk. You go begin to follow yourself talk small. We rate in day. May God forgive us. Thank you very much, Auntie B. Make I not to waste your time, Jerry, my sister.
You do well. You don't finish talk. I don't get anything to add again, brother Ben. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my dear brother. God bless you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Auntie
God
B.
bless you. Continue to lecture your friend. And when you do that show, let me know. Let me know when you want to do that show. If you want to do one for yourself, you are welcome to come and do it here. We can do it. Maybe we can stream it on both. I don't know if it's possible. Stream it here and your show. You are welcome to do that because your show, they always make sense. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Ade, thank you so much for the super chat. I say thank you, Auntie B, for a fabulous show. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. You see, I always say the show will be short. but 2 hours has gone. Yeah, Brother Ben always, in the talk, and he talks from experience. So we thank God that we have people who are married, they live in the abroad, and they share their own experiences to help other people. As we say always here, it's all about learning. Nobody is here, we are not a court of law to judge, condemn, or whatever. We don't sentence people. We are here to learn, and it's better to learn from other people's experiences. If you've learned anything from this show today, give us a super chat, like this show, and please share it. Thank you so much. We are wishing Helen and her husband Isaac the very best going forward. My people, remember, take care of number one. Who is number one? Is me. Is you. Take care of number one. I can't say it. I can't, there's no way I can overemphasize it. Take care of number one. Tomorrow I'm back. And we are talking about Mongo Park, who they live and go to sow their royal oats or wild oats, and years later, when the family has jackpot, they want to come and jackpot to take me back. I worked out. We're going to look at two of those cases, and I'm talking about why we shouldn't reward bad behavior. We shouldn't, because if you reward bad behavior, it doesn't show that there's need for people to learn. They'll say, Shebi, this Lagbaja did this, and they still got their family back. No. If person fail exam for Nigeria, they only promote them. So we're talking about that tomorrow. I'm going to be using Pastor Shola's 2 cases from his platform, because Kamilara Goni. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you guys. Give us a thumbs up, like the video, share, and I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll be talking about rewarding this behavior. Okay. The stories are very, very funny. You will laugh, you will learn, and we'll all have a good time. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye, guys. Thank you so much, everybody that called in and those who contributed in the comment section. It's all about learning and unlearning. I wish you all the very best, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Love you.